Ever feel like someone deliberately steps over your boundaries, interrupting, minimizing you, or acting like your time and feelings don't matter? It's frustrating, exhausting, and yet we often respond in ways that leave us feeling smaller. Maybe we apologize, over-explain, or let it slide just to avoid conflict. But that leaves a scar, a silent one. This is a mistake I made many times in my life, but with practice, I learned a better way. Now here's something most people don't realize. People who disrespect you, they're actually giving you a gift. They're showing you exactly who they are and giving you a test. Will you abandon yourself? Or will you anchor into your inner strength? This is not about ego. This is about power, the kind that the Stoics mastered 2,000 years ago. So let me tell you a quick story. Last week, I was presenting an idea at work I'd spent weeks preparing. While I was presenting my idea, I noticed my colleagues smiling with irony. One said, "I don't think it is going to work." Not feedback, not concern, just a shutdown. Old me would have gotten defensive, maybe raised my voice, maybe shut down. But instead, I paused. I took a breath, and I said nothing, just looked at him. Calm, unshaken. That silence, it rattled him. That's when I remembered Seneca's words. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. It's simple, but that was all I needed to keep my peace. Remind myself that I matter, and that I won't waste my precious energy and life on someone else's irony. That's what we do when we react. We waste our energy, our peace, our presence on people who haven't earned it. So what's the alternative? In today's video, I'm giving you 5 Stoic strategies to handle disrespect with calm, grace, and unshakable power. And at the end of the video, I will give you a challenge that can transform your life. Let's begin. Strategy number 1. When someone disrespects you, silence is your secret weapon. People throw jabs because they want control. They want your reaction. But when you give them nothing, the power flips. This is called strategic silence, used in therapy, negotiation, even warfare. And the Stoics knew it long before psychology confirmed it. When you pause instead of react, you train your nervous system to stay grounded. You become unpredictable, unshakable. Pythagoras once said, "Silence is better than unmeaning words." Because silence reveals more than noise ever can. It puts the pressure back where it belongs, on the one throwing disrespect. But silence isn't just external, it's internal. Your posture matters. How you hold yourself tells the world how to treat you. That's strategy 2. Command your physical presence: straight spine, shoulders relaxed, chin level, eyes calm. You're not puffing up to intimidate. You're anchoring into your worth. And this isn't just confidence theater, it's science. Harvard studies show that strong posture changes your hormones, raising testosterone, lowering cortisol. You become calmer, stronger, and more in control. Aristippus of Cyrene said, "I possess, I am not possessed." This is the Stoic principle of ownership. You own your presence. You don't let others possess your mood or your posture. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your mind is grounded, your body shows it. Command your presence, and others will feel your calm strength before you speak a word. But sometimes, words are necessary. That's where strategy 3 comes in. Set clear boundaries. Use this formula: observe, state, request, without drama, without apology. For example, you interrupted me. That felt dismissive. I'd prefer if I could finish my thought. It's clean, honest, assertive. Seneca said, "No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have." You can't control their respect, but you can control what you accept. Boundaries aren't about punishment. They're about clarity. If you don't know your limits, how can anyone else? Setting boundaries is how you protect your values without needing validation. Aristotle said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." And when you truly know yourself, you stop begging others to define you. You start making choices based on alignment, not approval. You stop over-explaining, over-accommodating, over-apologizing. You begin to trust your internal compass more than external pressure. Because clarity of self creates clarity in communication. And when you speak from self-knowledge, your words carry weight without needing volume. You're not being harsh, you're being honest, and people start respecting you and your boundaries because you show true strength. And honesty, rooted in self-awareness, is one of the kindest boundaries you can offer. Now let's say someone keeps crossing the line even after you've set the boundary. That's when we use strategy 4, strategic distance. You don't owe constant access to those who drain you. You wouldn't invest in a business with no return. So why invest emotional energy in someone who chips away at your peace? Pull back, gently, quietly, consistently. Fewer texts, less presence, more space. Remember what Epictetus said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." You're not withdrawing out of spite. You're choosing clarity, peace, self-respect. True peace is found in needing less validation, less drama, and fewer unearned connections. Distance isn't punishment. It's wisdom in action. If you resonate with that, subscribe to the channel to support our work and become unshakable. Finally, the most powerful strategy of all, anchor into your values. Because even with silence, posture, boundaries, and distance, disrespect still stings, but it can't define you unless you let it. So here's the shift. This does not define me. I act in alignment, not reaction. I value calm. I choose respect, even when others don't. Every day, ask yourself, what do I stand for? What energy do I carry, no matter what others do? Let Marcus Aurelius's words guide you. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Your job isn't to prove yourself, it's to live aligned. Let your actions speak. When you live in alignment with your core values, you stop chasing validation because you already have your own approval. You no longer need to convince others of your worth. Your peace becomes your proof. Alignment creates integrity where your words, thoughts, and actions move as one. And that kind of inner congruence, it radiates. People may not always understand you, but they will feel the steadiness in you. Living aligned doesn't mean life gets easier. It means you stop betraying yourself to fit in, because once you choose alignment, you choose freedom. Freedom from pretending, people-pleasing, and performing. And as Plato said, the first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. You win the moment you stay calm, dignified, rooted in your truth. So here's your challenge. Try this 5-day reset. Monday, practice strategic silence. Tuesday, ground into powerful posture. Wednesday, set one boundary. Thursday, create distance from one draining person. Friday, reconnect with your core values. Track your peace, not their response. You might be surprised at how quickly your inner calm grows when you commit to these small, consistent actions. Notice the way people begin to treat you differently, not because you demanded it, but because you embodied it. This reset isn't just a challenge, it's the beginning of a new standard for how you live and lead yourself. Because ultimately, how you respond shapes who you become. The Stoics didn't want you to be cold, they wanted you to be calm. Not unfeeling, but unshakable. So, the next time disrespect shows up, don't shrink. Stand tall, stay silent, speak wisely, protect your energy, and walk away knowing you didn't match their chaos. You elevated your character. That's not weakness. That's mastery. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments when you start the challenge. And don't forget to share your experience and results.